dobry Państwu, witam Państwa na kolejnym pokazie, czy na kolejnym spotkaniu z twórcą 60. jubileuszowego krakowskiego festiwalu filmowego. No cóż, odbywającego się w bardzo specyficznych warunkach, ale być może tym bardziej go zapamiętamy. A ze mną jest Alex Brendea, reżyser filmu Belfer. Hello, Alex.
Hello.
So we are speaking between Poland and Romania, two countries which are now called countries which are dealing with the coronavirus the worst in Europe.
Yeah, kind of harsh here. Yesterday I talked to our character and he said that he has to stop everything and to go back home.
That's what I wanted to ask. Is your protagonist doing online lessons? Is he teaching via Zoom?
Some students proposed these kind of lessons to him, but he didn't agree with it because he likes to have I don't know, face-to-face approach, so he can feel the students better, and his classes are mainly based on this interaction between him and the students, because he's not taking only one student at a time. He's taking a few, I don't know, 5, 10, 20 in the same time, and he relies on this communication between him and the students, and between the students by themselves. They, in a way, they teach one another. You know, the big ones teach the smaller ones, and so on.
This is what you stress, and for example, press materials, that he's not only teaching math, he's teaching something much more.
Yes, he's kind of a mentor. He's not only a teacher. He knows every student problems if he has some problems, and he knows from which family he comes, and basically he knows almost everything about that student, and yeah, he relies on this way of interacting with the kids. So that's why Zoom isn't efficient for his way of teaching.
Let me ask you, just because the school he's running, it's not regular school. Those are just additional lessons for people who are keen to have them. Yes.
Yes, the kids go to his classes after they get out from the normal school, and they could stay there as long as they want. They can stay I don't know, 1 hour, 2 hour, or the whole day. And yeah, it's not a normal school. It's like a hub or something like that.
And where is it based?
The classes are based in his apartment. He lives in a 2-room apartment. Basically, I don't know, you saw the movie, I think.
Sorry?
You saw the movie.
Yes, but I'm asking if what city is it? Is it?
Yeah, oh, of course. Yes. He's based in Bistrica, but he's from. He was born in Brăila, which is 500 kilometers or something like that from Bistrica. So he stays here from October to June or July until the kids finish with their high school exams. And in the summertime, he goes in Ulmu. It's a village near Brăila where his mother stays there. Mm-hmm. And he works the field and stuff like that.
Because it seems to me that it's rather small city, isn't it?
Yes, Bistrica is a small city. It has 80,000 people.
Because that's
It's not that big.
those young people, they are very fond of him, obviously, but also I felt that they don't have that. The truth is that they don't have many other places and many other people to go to. That they are looking very much for his guidance.
I think there are a few good math teachers in this city. I mean, I know beside him, I know 4 teachers or math teachers that I know that they are good teachers. But I think that the kids like his approach and that they can stay there as much as they want, and they can make friends there and to speak out whatever they have in mind. So being this kind of open classes, I think drives them to him.
You mentioned the approach, which is you start with the quote that I dream of school where nothing is actually taught and where young men could come to free themselves from the tyranny of teaching. So this is the approach you mean?
Yes, exactly.
What
I
does
mean,
it mean?
he was my. Sorry?
So what does it mean to you and to your character?
I will tell you something. I've met my character, I don't know, 14 years ago when I was in high school and I needed math classes after school.
Mm-hmm.
And from the first step that I took in his house, I knew that that's something unusual because I saw that he has from one room he made a kind of class with blackboard and everything, and the way that the kids that were there in the same time were, I don't know, dealing with what he was doing, I knew that this is not the usual approach, and it's not a school where, I don't know, he teaches usual stuff. I mean, he teaches math, but he has his approaches. He is very friendly. He lets you, I don't know, if you want to go out and take a breath, you can go out and take a breath. Or if you want to eat something, back 14 years ago, we even cooked there. We made French fries and stuff like that.
So you
So
were a student.
yes, I was his student for 1 year and a half.
And you came back to him now after years, or you have been in contact?
We've been in contact, but I don't know, we rarely see each other. I mean, before starting filming with him, I think in these 10 years, we saw each other, I don't know, maybe 5 times or something like that. I mean, I always asked about him or I visited him from time to time, but not too often.
But you started to say that he doesn't teach the regular stuff, because that's also my impression that what is most important to him is to encourage people to think, to decide for themselves, to be aware that knowledge is something incredible and opens the doors.
Yes, that's exactly what he's doing, because he thinks that before he has to teach something about math, he has to make those students want to be taught. So he also tries to make a small competition between the students. I mean, he has some, I know, some great students, or he had some great students that often visits him, and that's the way he draw his students to want to learn more. He gives a lot of examples and a lot of quotes, and I don't know, he speaks life stuff. For he's a kind of
Life
psychologist,
oh, yeah.
life coach or something like that.
I'm wondering, why did you decide to pay this tribute to him now, after those years? Do you believe that now Romania is in the state, in condition that requires such people as him?
Yes, I think people like him would make a difference in students' knowledge and the way they see life. Because I always grew up with examples from my parents that they had those old-fashioned teachers that, I don't know, they took lessons outside of school in the garden or something like that. So when I went to school, I don't know, I always searched for those kind of mentors, not necessarily teachers. So I didn't met them in high school, I didn't met them in university, but I've met them. I met one guy, this teacher, and he, I don't know, he made me think of things differently. And I always, after I met him, I had this question every year when I saw at the television the results of the high school exams. They were lower and lower and lower, and the kids didn't have interest in learning. And I thought, okay, maybe it is a problem with our educational system.
It's shocking that about half of the students, they do not pass their exams, their graduation exams.
Yes, or they are, I don't know how to call it, functional, how do you call it? In Romania, it's analphabet functional. It's functional, yeah.
About people who read but do not understand what they read, yes?
Exactly.
But I'm wondering, do you agree with your protagonist that, as he says, that the main problem, the most of the social problems in Romania are caused by the low quality of education? That's the sentence he says in the film.
Yes, because he also says that the teachers, they have a plan and they follow that plan, and they don't care about the kids and their, I don't know, and their thoughts besides school. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's the, I don't know, a good way to think about it, to get more to know the kids.
Yes, but I'm asking also about the broader perspectives. I mean, do you think that some problems that Romania is facing right now are caused also by the state, by the condition of education?
Of course, that's one of the problems, because that, I don't know, in the cities, let's say that there is a good education in a way, but there are a lot of villages that they don't have, I don't know, in 2020 they don't have internet or stuff like that, or they don't have bathrooms and kids are not comfortable there. I think that's what he thinks about I don't know, low education system.
It was very interesting to me watching this film right now, because it's a film about someone who sees that the system is insufficient, and tries to do something with it. And now in Poland during the pandemic, we had to donate, we the people did donate, for example, the national healthcare system. We had charities for the most basic needs when there were when the forest was burning in in part of Poland. We also had to raise funding, and suddenly someone asked, what's going on? You know, we pay taxes, and it should all be paid from the state budget. So do you feel that existence of such people, which is great, but that the fact that they're existing outside the system is also showing the weakness of Romanian state?
Of course it does. I mean, yeah, when you have a system where you pay taxes and when you face a problem, that system doesn't help you. It strongly suggests that something is rotten there.
And it was in Romania, yeah?
Yes. And I know also Teach says that for the politicians, it's in a way it's convenient to have low education, because if you have people with knowledge, at some point they will raise to confront you if you do something wrong. So it's better to, I don't know, to have people low educated and to keep them silent.
I remember this is what Christian Mungiu told me after graduation, after his film graduation, that one of the biggest problems for him in Romania is this lack of respect for institutions, for law, for everything which is official.
Yes, but that's strange, because there are a lot of people that they don't have respect for institutions, but they also accept what they are doing bad for them. And that's very strange, because I think the people, they don't have the, I don't know how to call it, they don't have the weapons, which, I mean, the education may be like a weapon in this kind of situation. I mean, if you are conscious about what the system is doing to you, you can change it. But if you don't respect the system, and if you are not conscious about it, it plays you how it wants.
And also the profession of teacher is, I believe, very much, not respected enough. And those are very, underpaid people. And also I believe that very frequently nowadays in our part of Europe, we don't give them enough respect.
Yeah, and maybe that's because the system is old-fashioned, and I think teachers are not receiving any help from the system to change their methods. And I don't know, we are in a internet era where you can find anything. So you go to school, you see a teacher that he's teaching by the plan, and it's very hard to follow him, because that information, okay, in the math field or the physics or chemistry, maybe it's harder, but at I don't know, history or geography, you can find information very easily. And I think the system needs to, I don't know, to help teachers to change their methods and to get closer to kids' needs, to what the students' needs.
And those kids you portrayed, in a way, it shocked me that the biggest dream for them is to get out of Romania, to move to emigrate, to move to Great Britain. Is it right? Is it like that nowadays? That most of young people, when they think about their future, they would love to leave Romania?
Yes, I think it's the same, even now, because they have bigger opportunities there. They work at bigger companies and stuff like that. One of the characters, I mean, the guy that went to Manchester University, now he works for Apple on a very good position, and I think that couldn't happen if he stayed in Romania.
And at the same time, the nationalism in the country is still rising.
Of course, we are very proud about our Romanians that they worked by themselves, and now they represent the country.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, may I ask you, as your protagonist was also your teacher, was there something that he told you that became so important to you that that simply stayed with you? He tell you something in the right moment that helped you to decide?
Yeah, I think he taught me that I should make he taught me that if I want to choose a profession, I have to choose one that I really love and enjoy, and from that moment I won't be I won't feel that I will be working. I feel that I am doing my thing that I was made for, or something like that. And he also, I don't know, taught us how to judge things and how to organize our way of working.
Although I guess when you are, for example, cutting the film or editing the film and you have the, I don't know, 7th, 8th, 13th cut, it's somehow difficult to forget that you're working.
Yeah, but here I had, I've been very lucky with my editor. Yeah, she was, she kept this project at a very high value, and she was very strong mentally to I don't know, to manage me and this project, because yeah, in a way it was hard to see the film, I don't know, 15 times or something like that, and to have the right judgment and to cut it the right way. But Letizia, I don't know, put her magic in there and we pulled it out.
Just ending, because you showed how important it is to have someone who would make you believe in yourself. And it seems to me that this is something which happened years ago with Romanian cinema, that after years of absence, for example, at big festivals and abroad, suddenly after the successes of Cristi Puiu, of Cristian Mungiu, and then the next Radu Jude, Porumboiu and all, suddenly Romanian cinema, since 10, even more than 10, 15 years, is still incredible. Is it also that the cinema itself started to believe in well, yes, in itself?
Yeah, I think so, because I know, I think after we saw those examples and that we have strong characters and strong stories here, and we had also these festivals like Astra and TIFF that showed us films from abroad. They kind of motivated us and made us focus not only on the blockbusters and stuff like that, and also to focus on, I don't know, real life characters and these observational documentaries. Because, yeah, in a way, I think things were driven in the right direction by themselves. Or, I mean, of course, that the success of I don't know, of Mungiu or Puyu or Radu Jude gave us a little bit of confidence and made us focus on the inside stories more often.
So I can only hope that one of the very few upsides of this pandemic will be that such a films as yours, documentaries, modest films, but interesting ones, will have easier way to get to the viewers via all the platforms and internet. Although it's a pity that we can't meet right now in Krakow, obviously.
Yeah, I would have loved to be there. I was very happy to see that the film is going to your festival, and when I saw this stuff with pandemic and everything, I was okay. I won't see Krakow this time. I always wanted to.
There's always 2021, 22, and we'll get back. Krakow, Cluj, Cluj-Napoca, and all the other great festivals.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you so much, and take care and stay healthy. Thank you.
Yeah, it was nice to meet you.
Thank you. To meet you.
Bye. Bye. Have a good day. Bye.